that like button. Welcome to Black and the Black Times with Fetty D. I'm your host, Cthulhu Prodigy, coming to you live and direct from the Vista. Smoke me out, fam, with all the dankers and dank shit. On my left, the oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
So I guess some people want this to be Hawk Tua month. I mean, I kind of get it, but it's still Pride month. So I guess there's a new battle, new fight. So we'll see.
Whether it's Hawk Tua month or Pride month, you can still spit on that thing.
I was going to say, that sounds pretty in line with,
It should
month.
be, but people want Hawk Tua to be like the cis takeover of Pride month. They want the erasure of Pride month. So.
Yeah, I don't think that's like a cis thing. I think the Hawk Tua is definitely that's universally.
It should be, but you know how things. Well, if you watch The Boys, you know how things get twisted.
I'm just saying, people need lube, no matter what. If you're sexually active, you need some fucking lube. So where you get it from?
Try not to use.
If you want it from the back of the throat,
yeah,
or wherever.
Yeah, that's free. Yeah, it's free. Household products, you got to pay for it. So.
Yeah, warm spittle has always been the greatest lube ever. It evaporates quickly, though.
Yeah, that's why it's not the greatest one ever. Like that should work it'll work in a pinch, but that pinch ain't gonna last long, or then it's gonna pinch. Yeah. It's not gonna feel right. It's not gonna feel right. Yeah.
Well, we went south immediately. You're engineering on the one that Jews joking people out of the reason for its products.
So I guess we got to double up on the thing, because the reason why we were late is because Old Ninja couldn't figure out how to get his comms working, so we had the Hawk Tua on that shit.
Look, it works.
Somebody already is like, "How do we get here?" Domino. That was the first in the chat. She's like, "Wait, how do we get here?" I'm assuming that you're a woman. I can't really tell. Like, there's long hair, so sorry if
Domino is
okay.
Domino is she's a lady.
All right, she's a lady.
That's Domino. Yes.
It's funny because she goes by multiple names, and it's like you have to kind of keep up. So
yes.
Is she extremely lucky?
She is always.
I think she's lucky.
All right.
She has a very amazing day job. Well, at least we think it's amazing.
She's a day job.
Yeah, she's a motherfucking pirate.
No, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck does she do?
She's a pirate.
She's a pirate.
She's a legal pirate, but she's a pirate.
Okay.
Like, literally swashbuckling and all.
Yep. Starbird. You know what I mean?
Sounds pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I've asked her why she doesn't want to be captain. She says it's too much responsibility. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I get it.
She be doing that.
And, yeah, she do.
I too was on a boat once. I was on the USS Bellawood. It is now. It's now it's artificial reef. Outside of Hawaii.
Shit! They sunk that bitch.
They sunk that bitch. It was a pretty fucking old boat. So yeah.
I've been on boats too, but they were not at sea. They were docked in San Diego. So I've been on a destroyer, which I thought was an aircraft carrier. And they're like, no, this is just a destroyer. Aircraft carrier is bigger. I'm all bigger than this thing. I was tripping hard.
Yeah, I was on a LHA. It's a land helicopter, amphibious. There we go. So basically, my boat, we had Harriers, we had helicopters, and we had a fucking LCAC, which is a hovercraft. So
shit.
So like so like the ship would actually sink itself, and then that would let the LCACs out, and it was pretty dope. And you think like Harriers are cool. Yes, Harriers are very fucking cool, unless you live like a deck or two below the fucking flight deck, and you realize that when Harriers land, they cut the fucking engines like 5 feet above the deck, and it just bam, like it's fucking loud as shit. So
slam that thing.
Yeah. There was no Hawk Tua. It was dry on that fucking deck.
See, that's when you go dry and on in there, and there ain't no spittle, ain't no lubricant from the store, nothing. It's just jamming it in there, thrusting style.
Thrusting stuff. All right, sorry. Listener of the week will be Zor once again. I gotta send him a message. He sent me. We had a text back and forth. I gotta send him another text to catch up because we were catching up. So that's been great.
Good shit.
Before I do my thing, shout out to Bovine Divine. I think he changed his name to Bovine Divine Retro. He gave us a shout out on his stream. He does retro gaming. He usually streams on Sunday, I believe. Yeah, like Sunday Sunday nights. So like late afternoon Sunday night. He's a friend of the podcast. He gave us a big shout out. So welcome if you found your way to us through him. So thanks for joining us.
Hey, real quick, because obviously we're old fucks. What does retro gaming truly mean? Does it mean games from the 70s, 80s, 90s, or early 2000s?
So for him, it's all the above, except for maybe I don't think he does the games in the 2000s.
Okay.
He does like he does a lot of like games that he does, especially games that are not available in the US. He like has a way of procuring them and getting like old systems, or sometimes at worst he'll emulate, but he doesn't like doing that. He'd rather have the actual system and play the game. He buys like a bunch of like equipment to like get the fidelity up in the game. I don't know why. I'm like, why don't you just emulate? He doesn't like doing that. So
because you gotta keep it old school. I think
he gives it old school.
I was giving a thought on what retro gaming means. To me, it probably means the era when cartridges were ruling the land. So probably 99, 98, before even the PlayStation 1, I'd still consider that retro gaming.
Really?
And yeah. I mean, look at the graphics. I mean, there's a clear demarcation between like.
No, I get it. It was like the 3D stuff was like that was like all the rage and new, and like a lot of developers were trying to keep up. They couldn't do. Some people really couldn't do a lot of 3D math. They were still stuck in 2D, so it was an adjustment. So I get it, but he does for most of what I have seen, he's done mostly 2D retro gaming and like some of this like very obscure games. A lot of the JRPG like 2D stuff from like Famicom and. He had a Super Famicom, and I was watching a little bit. And what he does, you see his setup. He has the cartridges behind him when he streams, so he has like a wall of cartridges, and he has literally every system that I'm aware of. I think he's missing maybe one, but yeah, I think I don't know if he's done any PS1 games yet. He might have, but most of the stuff I see, it's always 2D. Like he was playing Alter Beast a couple months ago.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn, hold on. Somebody asked me what was the first video game, and I was thinking the late 70s, early 80s. It was not. I was off by fucking decades. Decades.
Well, so let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask it in a weird way. Do you mean like sold and like commercially available, or do you mean like in any lab at all? You know what I mean? Because like you could do a very simplistic video game on like a computer from the 50s or whatever.
So there's an arcade cabinet called Tennis for Two. That was the first video game.
So was that like similar to I'm thinking like a Pong style?
Yeah, right? It's like Pong, but it's like it was on a fucking oscilloscope. So yeah.
Actually, yeah, I've seen that. I believe it's here in there's a game museum in San Jose. I believe they have that, or at least I think it was borrowed because they can't keep it for too long. They got to return it. Yeah. So,
hey, listen. The word or the phrase retro gaming is going to mean different things to different fucking people, and it's really going to be relative because you could be on some shit from 2005 and 2008, and that's retro as well.
I mean, especially it depends on your age, and that's why I have to give up like a lot of stuff because I realize that we're all in our 40s, except for old Ninja. Yeah, I don't know how fucking old he is, but and to us, like this is what we grew up on. But if you were born like the 90s, even 2000s, and you talk about something before you were born, I mean, that's super retro. That shit's like
absolutely.
That's what's weird about technology is because we grew up in a time where technology really started to like snowball effect. Mm-hmm. It started like really, really speeding up because like when we were born, there were still like black and white TVs and shit, but there were still TVs. You know what I mean? So, and then video games were not really around when we were born. They were like sort of, like I think it was like 81 is when like they became more like commercially available to most people, like with the Atari 2600 and stuff like that, which is what, I grew up on was Atari and then Nintendo and all that shit. Nintendo's the thing that really kind of changed the world to me and probably most people because it was relatively cheap. I'm putting that in fucking air quotes because if you do the conversions of like how much it costs today, it'd be really expensive. But it was still available in your house. And before that, Atari you can get, but the graphics on an Atari compared to a fucking Nintendo is way different. Like it's like basically going from like a Nintendo to like fucking modern day VR like today. Like that's like the and that was only within like a couple of years, which is crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to me, what I love with every gen, how like the last few years they've truly fucking pushed the throttle button on like pushing that console to the absolute fucking limits. Like when you look at Super Mario Brothers 3 for the fucking time on the NES,
that shit was amazing.
I mean, that shit made my eyes fucking melt. And even like PS4 era late game. Again, PS3, the final big game for that era was GTA 5.
Yeah.
And it ran. You know what I mean? Like, think about how huge that game is and whatnot. Like, obviously, people are still playing it now on the PS5 and shit. But once the developers get into that groove, those last 2-3 years, man, sometimes the last year, man, look at like Last of Us 1 came out end of PS3 era.
Yeah, and what's weird now is like games are so realistic. I think that the last frontier that they have for like graphics is, for me, it's like they need to make things more realistic in VR. Like I think so many games now they look so realistic. Yeah. But I know there's some that kind of push the envelope on realism. What comes to mind is that that one police shooter game where it actually looks like fucking real life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about? It's called like,
dude,
there's two of them now.
Yeah. The one that I
body
saw,
cam.
it's like
I think it's body cam.
Yeah, it is body cam. It looks like a training thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude, this looks like footage that someone like captured and just like put it on. Like, no, this is a game. I'm like, dude, this looks a little too real. I'll be shooting them. Looks like down the street.
There you go. I mean, we had a weird opening, but I wanted to
oddly sexual. Just
yeah, very very sexual. I'm gonna stick with gaming for a quick question and ask. I know we talked about it in the chat a little bit, but it was big gaming news. I'm not gonna say your boy, but some people's boy, Dr. Disrespect, is in a whole lot of BBL Drizzy trouble. Did y'all see this shit?
Yeah, I've been keeping up with it, sort of.
So, a huge Twitch star from a lot of first-person shooters and I believe even Fortnite, but I don't quote me on that. I thought he played a whole bunch of Call of Duty or whatever and had a huge following. He's been banned off of their Twitch for quite a few years now. I want to say that was in the pandemic at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can break it down for you really quick overview.
Go ahead.
So Dr. Disrespect was a huge streamer. 2020, he got banned. I guess in the middle of a stream. I guess people play it. It's like a popular meme, I guess maybe. But he got banned in 2020. He sued Twitch, and apparently it got settled, and they paid out his contract. So he moved to YouTube, and then like last week, a former Twitch employee, legal name and everything out there, pointed out. He says that the reason why Dr. Disrespect was let go or was banned on Twitch is that apparently he used Twitch to communicate inappropriate language to a minor, and he didn't necessarily deny it, but he literally just said like, "Hey, that was years ago. Move on." In response to this person tweeting out. So his dude bros, man, baby, whatever you want to call them, his fans, they're coming to bat for him or whatnot. And then literally, like, I want to say Monday, 4 years after the ban, the people that he's being sponsored by currently are dropping him. So he's losing his sponsorship. And so now he's talking about leaving gaming as a whole. And so there's this whole discourse and back and forth about, what the inappropriate stuff was. Everyone, there's people saying like, you can text or you can conversate with the minor and not be sexually inappropriate, but just be inappropriate, I guess. Or other people like, how is it, not sexual if it's not inappropriate? He has like a lot of diehard fans that are just like not having it. Like, oh, and if he did something wrong, he would have been in jail, and
that's that Drake line.
Yeah, right. Literally, that's from Dr. Disrespect Part 6. So they're just saying, well, obviously he didn't do anything. He must not have done something too bad. He's not. I guess Disrespect posted something the other day. I didn't read it. Apparently, it's really long. I don't really give a fuck. I don't really care for the guy. Personally, I think he's kind of a dick, but that's just me personally.
Is he disrespectful with a PhD?
Does he? Some people speculate he might have a PhD.
Who knows?
But I can be a player hater for him. I've seen the guy stream maybe twice, and I know how his followers are, and they're very akin to like. I hate to say this, but they're very akin to like MAGA and like the alt-right, to be honest. I mean, he doesn't. I don't think he's explicitly identified to it, but his fans are very much so. A lot of people were like, he was guilty until proven innocent, and like some people believe like he's innocent. I don't think he's, put out exactly what was said, but the former Twitch employee literally set this shit on fire literally like a week ago. So there you go.
I'm sure there were some type of non-disclosure signatures or something, and had that former employee of Twitch still been employed with Twitch, they probably would have gotten fired for disclosing this or whatever. But I'm glad for the sunshine no matter what.
Tea?
Yeah, sunshine tea. I don't know what's true and what's not. It's still alleged, I guess, but it's never a good look when you're talking about minors and you're talking about communicating inappropriately with them, and you're a grown-ass man. Like,
what's funny is that, like, I'm just thinking about this. I'm not giving any sort of excuse to what he may or may not have done, but probably did do. Is like how much disrespect these little kids give to adults on a daily basis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's just hop on, a random Xbox stream, and it's like the amount of N-words and, gay slurs that would toss at anybody. And
everybody.
Yeah, that's not to give an excuse to adults, because as an adult, you should probably know better. But yeah, it's like, it's very strange that I grew up in an era, like, so when I used to game, pretty competitively, like, there was none of that. Was like, nobody was like really talking that level of shit. Even when they eventually enabled, voice chat, it wasn't until like probably I would say like the late 2000s when like Modern Warfare got really big and like people started hopping on console first-person shooters, that you saw like the just vitriol and just the hate-filled bullshit from like basically everybody, because nothing was monitored, and people just would be able to say whatever the fuck they wanted to say, and they just like, especially kids, they would just say these things that were just so vile, and it's just like, bro, like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna add two addendums. One, I'm gonna add to yours. Like they haven't stopped. Like my little cousins plays, and they're just saying all kinds of stuff on there. They're acting like they're grown, but it's like to them it's a place they act like they can just get away with saying with that whatever, because there's no real consequence unless they're caught or reported. I mean, I guess both Sony and Microsoft are trying to, be better at catching this kind of shit. But
okay, hold on. They don't really give a fuck about preventing that. Like, they're
no. Yes, they do. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't add these AIs to these fucking games and instantly banning these motherfuckers. Because you can get instant banned in a game. Like, literally, your account can be instantly suspended without you even knowing. Well, you will know because it'll tell you.
Hold on. What I'm saying is, they are not banning everybody saying some foul shit. They're just not. They're one of the biggest core audiences is young people, like 10, 12, 11, 14, 13, 14. Those preteen and teen boys and girls, whatever, that's one of their core audience for gamers. Obviously, there's plenty of adults doing it too, but they're not going to ban the overwhelming majority for saying stuff over and over again, because it would cost them too much fucking money to do that. They have a vested interest in having as many tens of millions of people online and gaming as possible.
So I'm gonna rebuttal kind of with this, because there have been, I don't know if you've seen the current documentary, I believe it's on Hulu, where people were talking shit on Call of Duty and then swatting happens.
Yes.
And anybody can swat someone. So that kind of shit needs to be monitored. And guess what? They added AI on both fucking platforms.
Guys, stop, please. I don't like the AI fucking. I might have to go on a rant on AI. This shit is not AI. Like it's
well,
not.
yeah, I'll
It's
say
not, they're just calling it
a
AI.
large language model, fucking watcher, babysitter, whatever the fuck. It's not true AI because your system would probably kill you if it was. But anyway, but these people have to be monitored because it's usually repeat and consistent offenders. If there's a couple one-offs, you're probably not going to get banned. But if you are over there getting people's IPs, getting their home address, and then calling SWAT teams to their house where someone gets shot, for playing a game, that becomes a issue, and that's some fucking shit. And there's literally a documentary about this right now.
Well, one of the crazy things is that we have, there's like all kinds of issues with like that whole thing. So like, if you have somebody that's trying to SWAT somebody or is talking all this shit on like that's playing, Modern Warfare or like any of these like the vast majority of these shooters, it's like first of all they shouldn't be playing these games to begin with. Like these are all M-rated games, pretty much all of them. And the fact that like nobody and Sony knows this, Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo, they all know this shit. That these kids that are playing these games that shouldn't be playing these games, but because their parents aren't paying attention, they let them play these fucking games to make money. And these are people that don't have a fully fucking developed brain, and they will do some wild shit because they don't have a fucking fully developed brain. Like think it's funny to SWAT somebody, not understanding that if you call a SWAT on somebody, they can get literally fucking killed. And it's happened before because that's what the fucking police do. So like if they think it's a serious enough threat, let them go in there guns blazing. And I think there should be, a much better parenting, of like, hey, like you need to understand that these games, they're violent games that are not made for children. But we all know that like the vast majority of these games are played by children and people that are underage. And like I actually listened to a really good podcast about so you heard about what was that? I forget, it was one of the mass shootings, and there's a lawsuit that came out that they're suing a maker of a certain AR-15 and Instagram, Meta, and Activision Blizzard. Because of the way that like their son, like the guy who did the shooting, like he was basically they laid out in the podcast of like how he was basically marketed to since he was a kid, and he played this game like the gun that he bought was from Modern Warfare. It's like his favorite gun in Modern Warfare, and because he liked that gun, Instagram kept giving him ads about firearms or about Instagram stories about these firearms. And then when he went to go buy the firearm before he was 18, he put it in his cart when he was 17, but because he put it in his cart and they had his email address, they kept sending him reminders about the firearm and shit like that. And it's like, so like on face value, I'm like, why are you suing all these people? But then it's like, like seeing like that whole sphere of like basically selling this thing to children. Like I kind of get it, but at the same time, like I understand that like it's not, that wasn't the intent of Activision Blizzard. But at the same time, it's like, we need to have some better, guardrails rules for certain kinds of people, because this is obviously, I'm not saying that this is causing these mass shootings. He could have bought any fucking gun. He just happened to be fetishized this one certain gun that was used. But if we're not putting on these guardrails for certain kinds of people, that's a problem. And we've seen the outcomes of this shit. And especially when we're seeing these really shitty parents that aren't paying attention to these kids, when they're literally writing down, I want to kill people. They're writing down like how disturbed they are, and they're just ignoring them, and then buying them a gun, on their 18th birthday or even before their 18th birthday. Like with that one fucking kid that did that other mass shooting. Like these are all problems, but it's like it's more than just the video game makers and the firearms makers. Like it's a lot of shit.
Yeah, I agree with where you're coming from, and I definitely want to see that and read more about that case. The only thing I will say is, if you look at the numbers, this is a worldwide thing. There's tens of millions of young people, teens, under 18, playing violent video games all over Japan, South Korea, all over the fucking world. I think that the overwhelming majority, 95, 98%, are able to separate and play the game and be fine.
Well,
if you have good parents, if you have good guardrails, if
I
you
gotta
have
give
all the other things.
There's a caveat though, like a real caveat when it comes to like these other places that you just mentioned. Like all these places, they have super strict gun laws.
Oh,
like,
sure.
They don't have access to firearms. So
absolutely, America has a very unique issue with that. I'm just saying, I think that it's very possible for the overwhelming majority, even of young people, of teens or whatever, playing them and not shooting up a school. Like, there's some that are.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's way more normal to play these games for fun and then like not go off the rails and like want to kill somebody. Like, I'm definitely for that's the normal way. But also, again, these games are not made for kids, and they shouldn't be playing them to begin with. And when you're an adult, do it. Have fun with these games. I have fun with these games. I'm a U.S. Marine. Like, these games to me, they're fucking fun. I played fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare when I was deployed in Iraq. So, and I'm actually, I like shooting guns, but at the same time, like, I don't think everybody should fucking own guns. So,
indeed,
yeah.
So,
we went way left and right and up and down, but Dr. Disrespect is in a whole lot of potential trouble. I'll say potential for right now because I don't know what the fuck is going to happen, but it's big news in terms of the gaming world because after Ninja, he was one of the biggest fucking faces in streaming, I would say. Like, people who even don't watch a whole lot of Twitch or streaming or whatever of gaming knew who the fuck he was or is.
I didn't.
But I've seen some streams or whatever. It was fine. He wasn't like my personal favorite or whatever. But I will say you don't want anything having to do with inappropriate, and we don't even know again whether sexual or anything else. But why are you direct messaging minors about anything really?
I didn't add my other addendum. So the other part of his conversation with this minor was to meet at TwitchCon. So part of those discussions were about a meetup at TwitchCon. I think the same year. So
how old is this guy?
He's got to be in his late 20s,
he's 42,
early 30s. How old is he?
He's 40. He's 42.
I was gonna say looks like an older guy. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And he's married.
Yeah, that's all bad, man. I mean, I'm not gonna comment on infidelity in his marriage or whatever. That's between him and his wife. But the minors, yeah, that's all. That's all.
Minor.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I think we probably talked about this before on the podcast, but it's like when you get to a certain like I said, we're all in our 40s except Road Ninja, and it's like I don't interacting with somebody that's like in their like below their 30s is kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's just there's like this whole like generational like divide that happens. Like, what are you gonna do with somebody that's that much younger than you? Like, there's some things you could do, but I mean, it's just like it's fucking weird. Like, so I'm on like recently went through a breakup, and now I'm back. I'm single again, and like dealing with like I'm not dating right now, but like I'm on like I have the Facebook fucking dating app, and it's fucking weird as shit. I just seeing like the verbiage that people are using on there, and like the weird categories that they'll put me in, or like they'll suggest to me like these certain people to like be friends with or date, and it's just like, wow, what the fuck? Like somebody in like if you're below, I would say probably 35, like they're just instant passes. And then if you're somebody also like you're in your 50s, like I'm instant pass. Like why the fuck? Like it's very strange, like on both ends to have that. So yeah, I think the appeal of these, especially dudes that see this. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say dudes. I just say people in general. When they have somebody that's like that much younger than them, it's you have like a certain amount of control over people like that. Like when you're like if you're in your 40s, you start dating somebody in their 20s. Like you should have way more resources than them, and that with that comes like a certain amount of power over them. Like when you're going out on dates, when you're doing like whatever, like you have like all these things that they don't have, and it's fucking weird.
But it's magnified even more when you talk about literally an internet celebrity.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you know, and I know, like, there are groupies for everything, and I know nobody likes that word. Nobody wants to talk about that, but they exist. And he had millions, or probably still does to a certain
He
extent.
still does. He
Yeah,
has those that will fight tooth to nail,
yeah.
and they sound very much like Trump supporters, except it's him instead of Trump.
When you got millions of followers and whatnot, you have some celebrity to you, and so you are certainly, if you're a nefarious motherfucker, you're gonna use that to your sexual advantage. Like that's what it is. You know what I mean? And if you're doing it with people who are under the age of 18, that's foul, wrong, and illegal for a good fucking reason. But the weirdest thing for me is, from a legal standpoint, let's say this guy is 42 or whatever, if you are into,
he is 42. Not
okay,
let's say
okay,
he is
okay,
42.
he is 42. He is 42. He's married. He's got a little bit of celebrity or whatever. If you're into women who are in their young 20s, that's your thing. You know what I mean? 23, 22 or whatever. Nobody can really say anything to you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have any problems.
If they're under 18, so check. So his wife is also like, I don't know if she's a gamer, but I don't know if she's a streamer, but her tag is Mrs. Assassin. They have a kid. They have a 16-year-old daughter.
Okay, that's when it gets real gross. It's like once you have like if you have a daughter, especially, like, just thinking about, like, what if somebody, like, just imagine if your 16-year-old daughter brought home a fucking 40-year-old, or you even heard that they were like had a relationship with a 40-year-old. Like, I'm pretty much at this point in my life, I'm pretty much a pacifist. But if somebody was in their 40s, was dating like even my oldest daughter at this point, like, they might catch a beat. Well, I mean, she's a whole ass adult.
Yeah,
but like, but if she was anywhere near like underage, like, they might catch a beat down. Like, seriously.
Yeah. The only thing I'll add too, gotta watch out for your sons as well, because there are some older women. There's plenty of guys who've had stories.
Women and men.
Yep. No, you never know with these folks. So
no.
And
sometimes
you got to pop out.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You said it before I said it. I was about to say.
Not like us.
I got it before I did. Damn it.
Yeah, I didn't want to say the rest of it, but you know.
I wanted to say it. Gotta pop out the show naysayers.
Y'all see that Sheryl Crow is down with the team Stomp Out on Drake?
I saw that. I literally saw that just before I got here. I was like, what the fuck? Everyone's like, okay, but you were a little late. I'm like, no, not really. I mean, people are still asking other artists what they thought about the beef, and then all of a sudden Sheryl Crow chimes in on it, and people are like, "Oh, you're a little late on this." Like, no, like, she can say, like, what the fuck?
Sheryl Crow was like, look here, you think the bag gonna let you disrespect Pac? No way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Crow's not gonna let that happen.
So if you're not picking up what we're putting down, I think it was I don't know if it was Blender, but it was like a magazine asked Sheryl Crow what she thought about the beef, or she commented about it. She thought it was very disrespectful that Drake used AI in his image pop artists, and she's getting like kind of backlash for this. But I think as an artist, I think she has a definite right to say when other artists use AI in their music, because that kind of put you on, like, are you gonna let a computer or like an algorithm generate music for you, including your own voice, and you don't really have to do a whole lot. You just put in your variables and walk away, and it does it for you overnight. It's like a easy baked lyric or easy baked song or some shit, instead of just going out and putting in the work.
Yeah, if you can't own your voice and likeness, or your family own it, your estate own it after you die, then goddamn good luck, And I know things get violated all the time. We've seen memes and gifs of people who have been long dead and all of that. That, of course, that happens. But when you use it like to make a hit song, like you're trying to seriously profit off it, it's some nasty work,
Yeah, I don't understand. This is Drake lost this rap battle because he didn't understand. I'm gonna say black culture, but only I will say African American culture, and that's the main problem. And he can't really escape this at this point because he's shown that he fundamentally misunderstands like the black experience in America, and that's like his main core audience, right? Is people still are like, you know, they still think that Drake is like in like the top whatever of hip hop and rap in general. I don't consider Drake a rap artist. I really never have. Like to me, he's like a dude that mainly sings, that raps sometimes. I mean, he's rapping more now, but I mean, the guy is from fucking Canada, and he's a child actor. Like he does not. And that's not to say like that nobody, you know, that's a child actor can't understand blah 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 blah. But what I'm saying though is that when he's rapping about things that are very American, and he's like really being a culture vulture with like a lot of this shit that's really American, and then he wants to make fun of people, or at least try to make fun of people for trying to uplift others in the black community, like his line about Kendrick wanting to free the slaves. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Like, do you not understand like how disrespectful that is to like pretty much every black person in America? You know that like what the fuck have you done for black people? You know what I mean?
Let me take you back because I mean, obviously we're old fucks and can remember this shit. Obviously, when Eminem blew up, like people question like, where are you really from? You speak like this, and you rap this well, and all of that. This is like pre 8 Mile movie.
Yeah.
When it dropped, you know, Eminem was able to culturally navigate throughout all his fucking early albums and shit without rapping anywhere close to the really disrespectful lyrics that Drake did over this beef, like with the you rapping trying to free the slaves and all those other like misfires on his part, you know. And Eminem was trailer trash from 8 Mile. You know what I mean? But still respected the culture of hip hop and Black Americans enough to not go anywhere close to that far. You know?
Yeah, and like,
and it's not that hard.
And and just the way that Kendrick really navigated the whole thing of just saying like, like you're not what the culture's feeling, and like, I was just like, I mean, yeah. It's like, and everybody want to sit out there and say, oh, well, look how many more albums that, Drake has dropped. Look how much more that he sold, blah, 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 blah. Okay. You're right. That's a great point. Your same logic. Taylor Swift is a way better rap artist than Drake, or, she had Kendrick Lamar in one of her songs, you know what I mean? Or, and Beyonce outsold him too. It's like, you can't it's not just about album sales. Album sales just means that you're popular with a wider amount of people. It does not mean that you're the best fucking rapper. It really doesn't. Like there's no like there hasn't been a single bar that I've heard from Drake where it made me like sit down and think for a minute. Mm-hmm. Like there's none of that. It's just like I keep going back to what God damn it, what the fuck is his name? Yassine Bailey? Not Bailey. Most Def. Well, most Def said. Yeah.
Oh, Yassine Bey.
Yeah, Yassine Bey. Thank you. Drake makes music that you'd expect to hear at Target. It's shopping music.
He sure did say fucking that.
So
he sure did say that.
It's popular because it's mindless fucking bullshit. And yeah, it's fun or whatever, but it's not thought provoking. It's not going to fucking change the world. He's not, making the world a better place. That's not to say that Kendrick Lamar is saving the fucking planet.
No.
But at least he's making people think, and especially thinking about the black experience. Like, you put on All Right, and you tell me a single song that Drake has made that is more culturally relevant than All Right. And I'm not even going to say that All Right is even the most culturally relevant song that Kendrick Lamar has ever made.
Correct.
But it's one of the most popular ones.
Mm-hmm. I guess I would say the closest to on that part on Drake would be God's Plan. I think that was the closest because I believe he actually did some philanthropic. I don't want to say maybe activities is the wrong word, but I believe he donated to a couple of African American houses or like charities or whatnot, and I think he gave away like cars and stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess he wiped all that shit out in this rap battle by talking about you trying to free the slaves.
Like I said, that was the closest I can think of. I don't think anything else. I think everything else was all him.
Well, I love talking about this because it's just like one of the best topics ever. Yeah. But the biggest thing for me though is he just can't. He comes across as phony and corny. Like that's it.
Yeah,
inauthentic and just a really corny fucking dude. And I don't know how you escape that. I'm gonna tell you honestly, I cringe and hit the next song anytime I hear him. For Drake.
Yeah, I can't stomach. I'm the same way. He's pretty much on R. Kelly status for me right now. Like if I hear one of his songs, like it's getting skipped instantly.
Yep. So, yep. I'm sure we're not the only ones. The biggest thing for me though is because obviously we're old fucks, but it's the kids, like the teens and the young folks. They don't fuck with. They instantly stop fucking with. They recognize inauthenticity as well really quickly. And
but some folks, there's still like some Super Drake stands out there. I'm just like,
that's true.
I don't understand like where you guys are coming from with this, because like he's clearly the same to one. I mean, just look at like the way that he bowed out of the beef, and I believe that Kendrick still has more songs that are just waiting in case he happens to like even thinking about dropping another diss track. And he already, I mean, look at the way this dude fucking brought together all of LA. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So folks need to stop. I know not everybody's from California or whatever, and some people didn't even grow up with hood movies from the 90s, but LA and gangs have been synonymous since like the 60s or 50s even. Like,
yeah, it's been a long,
50s, 100%.
Yeah, it's like over half a century, like 70 years of street gangs and shit. And you uniting them to where they're dancing on stage and like doing a truce, that's fucking rare. That's rare.
Actually, it might be even earlier. So the street gangs might have started around the Prohibition era, in LA. I know it's huge in Chicago and New York, but I think LA had a little piece of it. Because I remember, even though there was the Zoo Street riots that were like in the 50s or 20s or whatnot.
Yep. There's
like, obviously there's like the gangs that were in the 50s or whatnot, and they just grew, and then obviously the drugs, cocaine epidemic that was going down in the 80s and whatnot. So
yeah, and there's also another thing I want to be sort of clear about is that what Kendrick did was very specific to LA. It's not all of California, even though he did represent the West Coast, in general. But like the pop out was very LA. Like you couldn't get more LA than that. Like people were asking like, where the fuck is, E40? Where the fuck is, Too Short? I mean, they're in the fucking Bay Area. So, I mean, it would have been great if he'd have brought all them in. Yeah. But also, that's where Kendrick is from. And I have no problem that, he's doing shit for LA because, LA's got a lot of issues. So does, parts of the Bay Area do too. But I thought it was great to like really shine a light on LA again and that whole area.
Completely agreed. And that's good analysis. The only thing I will also add on to that is that Kendrick has mentioned E40 a bunch of fucking times.
Oh yeah.
Mentioned Bay, mentioned Oakland, mentioned Pac Origins up there, mentioned like he has much love for the Bay, of course, as well. But you're absolutely right. Yeah.
And they not like us, he mentions literally the whole Bay and their respect for Pac, literally. And like Pac is literally his like a huge influence on Kendrick. So I don't remember which album it was, but the album is literally Kendrick asking Pac what to do with the career and what does he do with his life, and he talks about a little bit about taking over hip hop or West Coast hip hop to be specific. And it is not a AI recreation. It's literally Pac's interviews from several ones, and it's just like it's his answers from previous interviews, but Kendrick's asking different questions. Yeah. So it seems like it's a back and forth. It's a really great album, but it's not the same as what Drake did. Drake took AI to recreate the voice of a deceased rapper and tried to give it, and then he used it directed at Kendrick.
Yeah, that was, that was so weird.
Let's be fucking clear. Not only did he do that, though, he also used an alive West Coast legend of fucking Snoop. Snoop sitting there chilling, smoking his goddamn weed, and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't rap this.
You could have just asked him.
Yeah, but the thing about the difference about Snoop is that he was kind of unbothered because he's just like he thought it was kind of high. Thought it was funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, probably because he really thought he didn't think it was creative. He was just like, well, whatever. But it's just weird that you did that. But the difference with Tupac's estate threatened to sue Drake.
Yeah.
So he had to pull it. He had to pull that song. I mean, it's still on YouTube, but still, he had to take it off his socials. So.
I know this is a really obscure kind of question, but I know Afeni has passed.
Mm-hmm.
His estate's got to be his sister, I would think,
or his kids.
I don't think he's married.
He had.
I thought he had a daughter,
kids.
right?
So he had at least a daughter, but I believe he might have had a son as well.
I don't think he had kids, man.
He had a kid. He had a daughter.
No, it says Tupac. Well, according to the first thing that comes up, it says Tupac has no kids. Yeah, he has 0 biological kids.
Yeah, I don't think he had any kids, man. I mean, you got to remember, he was 25. Like he was still like out here. I mean, not that people, that's not.
Yeah, I knew people at 14 that had fucking kids. Like,
but he was still out here. He was still out here doing his thing. Anyway. God damn, we Dr. Disrespect all the way to Tupac's case.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man. I'm sure y'all want to get into. You were saying something in the chat about Star Wars Acolyte got good. Finally.
We can't. It's less than a 48 hour rule. It aired today.
That is true.
And I just watched it.
No, it aired yesterday. But yeah, you're right. It's 48 hour rule. Like so, it's
it's not the 48 hour. Yeah,
I
watched it.
You don't want to say high level?
I'll say high level. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna spoil shit. I will say this is one of the best lightsaber battles of all time. It's one of the best.
So literally, the episode is literally one long, not long. It's basically a bunch of lightsaber battles with a couple breaks.
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it is.
It was amazing,
and it was like multiple lightsaber battles, and people get got.
Yeah, they are dead like they were in Ghost, like they were in Speed Racer. Like they ain't coming back. They died some horrible fucking deaths.
There are definitely some people. Some of them were twofers.
Yeah,
that aren't coming back. I was like, holy shit! And then see, the more we talk about this, I'm start saying some shit. But yes, it was a lot of lightsaber battling, and it was like, I will say this. It was definitely choreographed better than anything in the sequels.
Well,
like the sequels pale in comparison.
Yes,
this is like the only thing that comes kind of close in the sequels is The Last Jedi, but this tops that. It's like, and it's a short episode. It's not even that long. It's like 30 minutes.
It goes back to the lightsaber battles of like the Phantom Menace.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like it's back on that level. So, and I was not expecting that. I was amazed that there was like the reveal. I knew who the fuck it was like the whole time. It's like
I called it last week too.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
I know
so
who this
is. I will say this: if you were paying attention, there's a aesthetic. I will say there's an aesthetic that the character's wearing. They continue to wear in the next episode. That's how I knew. I'm like, dude, and I kind of felt it from the previous episode. I'm like, this person is kind of this or that, and then like I see the person and they have like an aesthetic, and I'm like, this is the same one that they're wearing that I saw literally a second ago. And then boom.
Yeah, but it's kind of crazy because I already know that Acolyte is not going to be well received because first of all, the first scene is a black woman. Let's just be honest. And then later on in the series, it's about a coven of fucking lesbian witches. So, like,
I mean, yeah.
I'm enjoying it though. I'm here for it.
So a lot of people were saying like it breaks canon and this and that. I'm like, no, it doesn't. Like you people are, for one, a lot of people that say this and they give you the reason why they break canon, they're wrong in why it breaks canon. When you read it, you're like, where did you even get this shit? Like, what the fuck is that? And then like, a lot of people that I know personally, they literally said there's too many. It's either female leading or there's too many women. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Don't you watch lesbian porn? How the fuck is there too many women? Like, do you need a bunch of swinging dicks, swinging lightsabers too? Like, I don't get it. Like, this is a world that Lucas created with a bunch of people with like fucking furry fucking bodies and trunks and faces and like horns coming out of their fucking heads. They all get a lightsaber. Why are you freaking out that there's chicks like that? That makes no sense to me.
I want to get into it a little bit. Did they? And I haven't been watching, so correct me if I'm wrong. I've read a little bit. Did they go the route of like miraculous birth?
Sort of.
Okay. Sort of.
Yeah, sort of. It is very obfuscated of like how a certain person was created, but it was kind of ambiguous of like might have been like force related. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not direct. It is implied, and so you as a viewer, you do not know specifically, and the fan base heavily jumped to conclusions. Like, we don't know what the fuck really happened per se, but it is implied on the creation of so because like we don't know the specifics. It doesn't have to be about them having sex, but it could have been manufactured. You know, they could have put them in a lab. They could have done, and then just use her as a surrogate.
Okay, so here's what I need then. Is this as good or approaching as good as Andor?
So fuck no. Okay. Not especially not story wise, no. Look, and this is the main problem with the show. I'll be completely honest. All right, so the first episode was not the best. It started off sort of strong, but there's like they have a problem with showing their hand too early in the show. Like, this is very obvious where this is going to end, and then they kind of show it to you like in the same episode. And it's like, what the fuck, man? But
that's bad.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, you're right. So a lot of it is bad writing, but there's other parts where there's really good writing, right?
Okay.
But it's a really mixed bag. But when it comes to like the actual like lightsaber battles, which is like should be the bread and butter when you're telling a Jedi story, that shit is on point. That shit is damn near fucking 10. Like all the lightsaber battles so far have been fucking fantastic, and using like showing the other sides of the Force. Like they have this one dude who his overall manipulation of the Force is like it's crazy. Like basically you can't attack this dude physically.
Nice.
So,
So it sounds like there's mixed aspects. Like there's things that you really like, and there's things that aren't the greatest.
Yes, but just it is worth it just to see dope ass lightsaber battles again. So yeah, there's gonna be some eye rolls with the fucking storytelling, but just
a little bit.
Yeah,
I think a lot of I would say I like it a little bit more than probably Kronos because I'm a big fan of the High Republic era. Like I have a shit ton of comics and books right behind me about it.
Yeah,
so there, to me, my issue with this is that it feels a lot like the prequels. I know it's supposed to be 100 years before, but it's on that same kind of veil, and I don't think a lot of fans kind of figured that out because the way they speak, the cadences they speak in, and how they talk, it feels like the fucking prequels. When they kind of like talk about weird, it's like when you want to, instead of getting straight to the point, they kind of like talk in circles a little bit. And it's like, dude, just fucking say this is this. Why do you got to? It's
the writing, man.
It's just like why you got. But the thing is, that writing mimics the Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
they talk like the Jedi of their time, and especially the clone, not the clone, Attack of the Clones. They sound like those Jedi of that era. And when I watch those films, it bugs me to no end. And I get the same feeling listening to the dialogue. I'm like, oh, I get it. They're trying to mimic the Phantom Menace because this is the closest to Phantom Menace storyline or Jedi we're going to get for now. So I kind of get it. There are certain things like I think the pacing might be a little fast, but it's still like enjoyable for me.
Bad.
Yeah, and then like, huh?
Sorry, hold on. There's something.
No,
you guys probably can't hear. Hold on, real quick. Thank you, Zor, for super chatting us. We definitely appreciate it.
Oh, I did not hear. Yeah, I can't hear that at all.
Yeah, it just went off like all late. But yeah.
No, I would say like because the episodes are roughly like 30, 35 minutes. I feel like they should be an hour to get like to slow down the pace a little bit. But I've been enjoying it. I definitely the current episode was only like 35 minutes, but a lot of shit goes down, and it was as I think Cronus and I were on kind of the same beat. Like the only way for this to kind of feed in is some shit's got to go down, like heavy shit, and we get that. We get that literally yesterday.
Okay.
Heavy shit went fucking down, like
Also,
down.
Sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. Oh, okay, so like in the show, this is a plus for the show. There are going to be characters that you're invested in that are going to fucking die. So
yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you who it is, but you're gonna be like, all right, I like this character. It's like a character that I really like in the show. One of our favorite ones just died in the last episode. I'm like, God damn it! Actually, two of them, kind of, yeah.
A few of them died.
Yeah,
like they get wrecked. And the cool thing is, there's a shit ton of Jedi, and like you can get random Jedi on a mission, and then they can either be helpful or cannon fodder.
Yeah,
you don't know. You don't even fucking know. And like the one thing overall, this is literally a murder mystery, and too many people, like every murder mystery that's like a show, too many people want the answers too quickly, and I think that they needed to give you a little bit of misdirect and a little bit of like mystery to get to solving the fucking mystery, and too many people want it like just like straightforward. I'm like, dude, you guys got to have like a little bit of like, you know. I think the show is trying to bring back a little bit of mystery and wonder. I think unsuccessfully to a lot of fans. However, I'm enjoying it. Probably, like I said, a little bit more than Cronus, but still, I recognize the problems.
I still really enjoy the show. So
I am enjoying the show. And I thought the episode was going to be super long today, or like at least an hour, and it wasn't. And now I can't wait for fucking next week's episode because there's like only 3 more episodes left. I'm like, what the fuck? So it's fucking wild shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But worth it. All right.
Yeah, it's been worth it. It's 8 episodes, and I've been enjoying it. People need to relax and like let the mystery unfold. Like you got to get from point A to point B. So
good shit. Are people? When does The Boys drop? Like in terms of episodes?
Today, I think. Yeah.
Thursday.
Is it Thursday? I thought it was
Wednesday. It's
Thursday.
I just watched the episode 4 last night, and it says every new episodes drop Thursday. So do you watch them at midnight? Because if you watch it at midnight,
no, I don't, because my daughter's here at midnight. Okay, so I'm not.
Yeah, so I guess it'll drop midnight tonight, but technically Thursday. So yeah.
I mean, are you love everybody? There's buzz about this whole fucking season. I'm a bit behind, but I mean, are you liking it?
I love that it is so hated.
Okay.
It is hated.
It is hated. And I love it because I know exactly the kind of person that hates it right now. And they can all eat a bag of dicks. Yeah. Because they all didn't realize that Homelander is the fucking bad guy. Like, how the fuck do you not realize that Homelander, like season 1, you know he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
And now he's just like, they're really going into like, especially with the social commentary where like they basically went into like QAnon territory. And they have a character, a new soup that's basically Marjorie Taylor Greene. If you're into politics, I'm just like, bro, like they are so on point with all their social commentary. It is so fucking amazing. They have not missed a beat this season. I love the cattiness between like the new soups and Starlight. I love what's going on with Billy Butcher. I all of like the little things of like, Homelander, like giving into like his dark side and all this shit and just showing like he's a really great representation of like the bad parts of America. Like I think if I feel like if Trump was a superhero, it'd be that dude.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Like seriously.
Obviously 50 years younger, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now he's just, and I don't want to spoil anything. Well, I can't spoil this part, but it's like Homelander realizing that he's aging. It's like, yeah, that's like that's the whole
terrible.
thing. Yeah,
that I was like, dude, y'all didn't. You could have showed it a different way, but I get it. But it's
yeah,
fucking terrible.
yeah. It was gross.
Terrible. So the one thing that's kind of the guy that they kind of sidelined in other seasons, and he's definitely more forefront this season. It's fucking the Deep. The Deep is still like he's like involved in like he's like the ultimate. He's like the ultimate simp. And he's just a super simp. Like he has to have someone tell him to literally man up, and
Dude.
he does it, and he gets like he doesn't know what to do, and then he gets like. It's just he has this weird like it's like he has a relationship and he's having like a side like an affair, and it's very weird because one of the I guess entities in his relationship is a cephalopod. so it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's fucking weird, but it's funny.
I love the new character, the fuck is her name?
Sister Sage?
Yes. I love this actress. Ma'am, you're beautiful, first of all. And I love the way that she acts as this character. She's basically the smartest person on Earth. Not the smartest woman on Earth, the smartest person on Earth. So
yeah.
And
that's who she is.
Yeah, and she's hilarious. Like the things that she does, the way that she manipulates people, including the Deep, and like the way that she has to the way that she has to become
like
normal.
Down for her. It's like her winding down. She has to, in order for her to wind down, she has
don't give it away.
Normal.
Don't give. Yeah.
I'm not going to give it away.
Away
the way she does it involves blood.
Yes, and it's gross.
It's very weird.
But
it's gross, and she's a freak. She loves fucking. Yeah. Like holy shit, holy shit. She don't give. She does not hold back. When she down to get it, she down.
Yeah.
It's been crazy, dude. The one thing that's kind of crazy also is what's going on with Frenchie. Like, that dude's got some demons. Like, what the fuck, man? And, like, he definitely needs some direction because he doesn't know what to do and when to do it. He's just, like, kind of going, like, off impulse a little bit. It's the drugs, man. He's doing a lot of fucking drugs. And when he does drugs, he almost fucks shit up by accident because he's all whacked out.
Well, and now so does Kimiko. She's been getting drunk on duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. She's all getting drunk and shit too, but she's definitely less timid than the last 3 seasons.
Oh, I didn't realize. So the actress that plays Sister Sage was in Orange is the New Black.
I've never seen it, so I get it.
That's a good show.
I've never seen it. Yeah, I've heard it's good. I haven't seen Glow either. I heard Glow was a good show.
Yeah, Glow was great too. Yeah.
The wrestling.
Yeah, but Sister Sage. So if you know, well, I don't know. I'm speculating here again, as I do, but I feel like Sister Sage has her own schemes that she's planning on the side. Like I feel like she planned her exit plan from the beginning.
Yeah.
That we don't know about. So it's just crazy. But the way she's able to manipulate a mass amount of people effortlessly is fucking crazy. Crazy.
God damn. Okay. I'm gonna catch it.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's been wild. Dude, so far, every episode has like a big fucking like what the fuck moment. Every single episode. And it involves usually someone dies or there's like a lot of blood. Or someone gets broken. One way or another.
The last episode where like he goes down to like the lab or whatever, Homelander, and he goes full fucking villain mode.
Bad.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, that was all bad.
Yeah.
But also Starlight loses her cool too and goes full on fucking I'm gonna fuck you up mode.
I mean, yeah, but Homelander.
I get it.
Yeah, he was vicious.
Yes, he did. The thing is, like, and he leaves a witness purposeful witness was even more diabolical.
You knew he was foul from jump though, because that man was really all about that titty meat milk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was.
Bro, it gets when you see the shit. You see his apartment or his state.
Yeah.
His is it an apartment or penthouse or whatever the fuck.
It's something about towers. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you see more of his shit that's just more crazy, dude.
Dude, I love the way that Sage like just totally tore down that PR person. Like that,
yeah,
and she was like, "You need to get on some lactates so you can suck on your titties a little bit." I was
yeah,
just like, "Bro, like
yeah,
what the fuck, man?"
Yeah, she's I already know you're pulling your fucking hair out. You need to do something, make yourself useful. I'm like, holy shit, make yourself relevant. Like, dude, and she knew what was up from Homelander from the jump too.
Yep.
It was fucking crazy too. Like, oh my goodness, Sister Sage is not playing, but when she wants to play, it's fucking wild.
I'm really impressed that actor that's playing Homelander. Like, he's just been knocking it out of the park since the very beginning of this series.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't as familiar with him, but now he's embodied this fucking role. You know, he's probably a nice guy. You know,
he is in real life. I met him.
Nice, yeah.
I met him.
We met him.
Yeah, we both met him. Yeah.
Yeah, we met him. We met literally the whole cast, including the awesome Giancarlo Esposito, who stood behind us for like a very long period of time. So we got to talk to him very, very, very briefly, but still, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, we got to meet the creator too. We got to talk to him for a quick second. So it's fucking crazy.
That was one of the greatest Comic Cons. It was like 2019, I think it was.
That was 2019. Yeah, that's when we saw it before everyone else did, and then it was fucked up because we got to see it, and then it was live on Prime like as soon as we were done.
Yeah.
But we got to watch it with the cast, the crew, and other cast and other stars from other shows. Like Sonequa Martin Green was there. The whole cast of The Man in the High Castle was fucking there. There's other stars. Oh, so one of the guys that's on The Boys, he's also in Timeless. He was there. He's in The Boys. He's in one of the current episodes. He's there like maybe 2 episodes a season, but he's still there.
Well, the other part that was cool about like seeing that is that they actually took like a scene out of the show and they made that in real life, and that's where we watched the premiere. So yeah, and it came with like it was catered and you get drinks and all that shit. It was great.
Yeah, we got free drinks. Yeah. The stars had their private bar, but they gave us drinks. They gave us a whole back area. Hey, take what you want. But we're about to start. I was like, holy shit. We had snacks and shit. It was great.
That shit was great, man. Pre-pandemic cons and shit. God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty great. But yeah, you only saw the first episode of the 4th season, Prodigy?
No, I haven't started the 4th season, so I need to completely catch up.
So
I'm only 4 behind.
So you're 4 behind, but you're about to be 5. The 5th one's airing tomorrow.
Yeah, you're gonna be in for it, man. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
It's very different. It's very crazy. So, yeah.
Damn.
Crazy shit.
I gotta take a break from all my my doom slaying. You know.
Yeah.
Doom slaying.
Hold on.
So I want to talk about something that's in your alley, Prodigy. Something within your realm, I guess. Did you get a chance to play this Elden Ring DLC shit?
I saw some stream. I downloaded it. I saw some streams over the weekend, bruh. I've been a little nervous to fucking play because I guess I'm underleveled. But I was gonna.
I heard like if you're like 150, you can still get fucking stomped out.
Yeah, I think I'm low 200s, but I'm gonna start this weekend, and I was watching nothing but streams. I think on like Sunday of a whole bunch of folks just dying 800, 600 times and shit. I was like, God damn.
It's so fun.
Some people complaining because it's so difficult, but
yes,
people are obviously going to figure out ways to make it easier. There's always tricks and things you can do with your build and amulets and different weapons for different bosses and whatnot to make it more or less painful. So, but I'm going to start. I love the base game, so I got to fucking finish this. And I hear there's more story in the DLC than the campaign, so I can't wait.
Yeah. So I'm going to say this. I will say a lot of the community has been complaining that it's too hard, and I get it. And I know that the mods for PC, most of the mods are about making it fucking easier. And then the creative director of the fucking game, in not so unsaid terms, he basically said this in a very nice way, to get good.
Yeah.
He literally said, you guys are fucking crybabies. You need to get good if you're gonna get fucking
Yeah,
through it. Oh man.
Miyazaki-san gives zero fucks about
Yeah,
your
I mean,
feelings
hey,
or
he was nice about it. I will say that he was nice to the community. He said you guys are missing the point by us like dumbing it down because is it really gonna be worth that money if you're gonna be able to blow through it? No, you guys
yeah.
like to fucking jerk off with sandpaper. We get it. So you get to get more higher grade. Now you guys want to complain? Like what the fuck? Dude, y'all knew what you were getting into, and your boy, your master, Miyazaki-san, or wait, I have his name here.
Yes,
Yeah, he literally
Hidetaki
said, yeah, Miyazaki-san. He literally says, "Get good,
yeah. But
get good."
the funny thing was the regular base game, there were some more challenging optional bosses, but the only one that really whooped my ass like 200 fucking plus times was that Melania, the one from the trailer with the long robotic arm and shit. Because that bitch used to hit you and then heal herself, and she had fucking 100 or at least 30, 40 attack combos. And I was like, bitch, you're healing yourself the entire fucking time. You keep
Yeah.
it.
So hold on. Where is your boy? Where's your savior? Where's your king? Let me solo her. Why is he out there
You
saving them?
know what? You know what? I need to find that mofo. You're
Yeah,
absolutely fucking right.
y'all need to be calling on your savior. Like we do this shit. I mean, and at least in Monster Hunter, we can get like call people to come help us. But y'all rely on this one dude, and you're supposed to be able to get a version of this dude to come help you. Where he at though?
Well, the funny thing is, he was always helping people with Melania. Supposedly,
Yeah, I
folks
know.
getting worked on the fucking tutorial DLC bosses and shit. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah. So where is your boy? Y'all need to be looking for Let Me Solo Her, unless he hasn't figured out how to beat these bosses. But I'm pretty sure he has. Y'all better be, hitting up them SOSs to get his ass out there.
It just dropped, so I think everybody's in the same world of shit.
I guess
but
so.
I'm gonna jump on it a little bit this weekend. But I got shows to watch. The other thing is I was trying to finish off the Doom Eternal DLC finally, and that shit was longer. That shit was longer than I thought it was gonna be. But I was like, God damn it, I fucking love this. Like, get into a zone with that shit. So, it's a game. It's a classic gamer problem. Like, you don't want to build to the backlog or add to the backlog, but there's new fucking games that you want to play, and there's old shit you want to play.
These are these are good problems to have. Like, I used to it used to bother me, but I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I mean, I remember, when I was younger, and I had no money, I couldn't buy games. So it was literally like, it's good and bad because like I would have to play like all the games that I already had, like a lot. But also it would be nice to play like more games. And so now I see the issue. I remember, dude, can I tell you one of the most fucked up stories about being a gamer? I remember when I was a kid, the N64 came out, and I asked my parents to buy it for me. And they did. They got it for me. It's like, thank goodness. Like, I really wanted to fucking play this shit. And went to go plug it into my TV in my room, and I couldn't because it was my room's TV had a coax connector and not the fucking RCA shit because I was new back in the day.
Oh, yep.
And so the only way I could play was on the big TV in the living room. And so I told my parents, like, hey, we need to get this adapter. And they were like, no, we're not going to buy that. I'm just like, well, this is the only way I can fucking play it. I was like, all right, well, I'll figure out how to fucking get some money like to do this. So I was like literally calling up. Remember, I was calling up Knights Video Games. Remember Knights Video Games in Newark?
Yep.
So I called them up like, hey, like what are these games worth that I have so I can trade these in to get the adapter. And before I could like take it in to like, this is literally the same fucking day. Before I could take it in to like exchange these games to get the adapter, my parents, they took it back. In front of it. I was like, bro, are you for real?
That's all bad.
All bad.
All bad. I remember when the N64 came out, and did I need it? I think I needed an adapter as well. But I had one, and it was all janky and shit. And it was like $30 for the fucking adapter. So I was like, fuck. I had to get an adapter, and I bought 2 games. I bought Mario 64, and I bought Shadows of the Empire. Each game was Mario was probably $60 because it was like $59.99 at the time. Shadows of the Empire, everybody was fucking sold out. One place had it, and we had one copy only. It was Sears Electronics area. They had a one copy. It was $90 for that fucking game. $90.
Yeah, people don't understand. Like, back in the day, that was like a lot of money.
It's still a lot of money.
Let me see like the release date. So in 1996,
97.
September 29th, 1996 is when it came out in North America. And it cost $250 for the N64. So let me see, $250 in 1996 is how much today? I want to say it's around like $500.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it is. Literally, it's $500.43. So it's literally, yeah.
That's how inflation worked. Yeah, I know it's not intuitive. I know gamers hate when I fucking say this, but it's still fucking mathematically true. And any economist will tell you, we paid more for consoles and games in the 80s and 90s than we do today.
Yep.
It's just categorically fucking true. And that's excluding the Game Pass stuff, the PS Plus.
Because back then we didn't have online contingents. It was just games and consoles.
Yeah, games are cheaper, but here's the other thing too. From a development side, I mean, you look at Red Dead, you look at Last of Us 2, you look at all the really intricate fucking games that are long and whatnot. Like some of these games take years to make, hundreds of millions of dollars. Like GTA 6 from 2013 all the way to 2025. You know. That's a long fucking development cycle.
Yeah, and so
it is, and there's a lot of money. It's $1 billion game, apparently.
Yeah, so like I think we probably mentioned. I know I definitely didn't mention it on the podcast, like how expensive the PS3 was when it first came out, and
we mentioned it numerous times.
Yeah, like the only way that I could like really, I could afford it only because I went to Iraq at the time, but it was literally like it was $600 in 2008. $600 fucking dollars for the 68 model, and that today, let's see, $600 in 2008 today. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's $875. Could you imagine spending $875 for a fucking console?
Ain't no way. I mean,
I could do it. Obviously, like I'm still making more money now, but I can't imagine like somebody that's anywhere near like a normal wage, like a median wage, affording this shit. Like that's fucking crazy.
On average, it's gonna last 5-6 years or so, give or take. Remember that was the generation where the 360 had the red ring of death. You know what I mean? So it's a fucking risk, man. It really is. But at the same time, you do have master race folks spending thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
so let's be real.
My laptop cost. This is kind of old now, but when I bought it was $3,000 fucking dollars, a little over that.
Yep. So,
I bought mine at a discount, but mine was rough. Mine cost probably half of what you spent, and that was on the cheap. I bought it less than that, but still.
Well, I needed a laptop that was VR ready in like 2000 and when the fuck did this podcast start? This podcast is like 9 years old now at this point.
Yeah. So. 2015.
Yeah. Damn.
So I think I bought this laptop in like maybe 2016, maybe.
Yeah, I bought mine 2015, 2014, roughly. But I take care of it, and I don't use it as much as I used to. But I bought it. I wanted it to do like development work on it, without like burning shit out. And I didn't need a powerful graphics card. I didn't need that. I don't game on my laptop, so
I needed all the power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't need that at the time. I mean, and I don't know about yours, but mine has a DVD writer, so not very many people use that anymore.
No, this is actually, it doesn't. That was like the only thing that was weird that I didn't have, but it does have 4 fucking hard drives. So
oh fuck, mine has 2.
It has 4 hard drives, fucking a desktop GPU. At the time it was a 980, which is like the desktop version of the 980. You can literally get 2 graphics cards in here if you wanted to. So it's like it was crazy powerful for its time.
Yeah, I didn't need 2 graphics cards. I have one functioning graphic card, and it's like a very minimal. I mean, you can game on it, but it's like a mid-tier graphics card, like nothing. I could have got the one with it was an Nvidia. Fuck, I don't remember the model, but it literally raised the price by like $200. Like, no, I don't need that.
Goddamn. Hitting up fries every week trying to make it happen. Huh?
I was going to, but I ended up ordering it. So what I did is I pieced it together on Lenovo's site. I got to pick and choose what I wanted, and based on what I picked, the price would go up or down. But I needed something for school at the time, and I pieced it out, and it worked fucking beautifully. It came and it got it. I thought I was gonna have to wait like 2 weeks. I got it in 5 days.
Not bad.
I was like, what the fuck?
Good shit.
Can I talk about my eye injury? Something kind of gross.
Wait, gross.
Oh,
my eye injury.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
So I think I got to see a doctor soon. But so last week I was doing jiu-jitsu because last week was like the first week that I was without my person. So this is like the first week where Kay moved out. So I was doing a lot of jiu-jitsu. And last, I think Thursday or maybe Friday, I was rolling. I was doing like some positional shit in jiu-jitsu with a white belt, and this dude poked me in my fucking eye, and I had never been poked in my eye like this before. So literally, his finger went into my fucking eye socket.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like scratched like the inside of my eye socket, and so like immediately I thought that I lost my fucking eye. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like, it was so fucking disorientating and painful. It was not the worst pain in my life. But it was pretty fucking painful and just like weird. And even the guy like afterwards was like, dude, it went in deep. And I was like, yeah. I was like, because I felt that shit. Luckily, like literally it went like up, like think about like going like not directly into your eye, but like pointing up into your eye, like in your eye socket. That's how it went. And so like I took my contacts out, and like for like I'd say a solid like 3 days, I had like this weird fucking headache on like one side of my fucking head. I kept going to jiu-jitsu, like whatever. And now I noticed over the past couple of days, so like where I'm sitting right now, it's like my normal like works, like my personal workstation stuff. But directly to my right is my work stuff. And so I kept noticing like I would be on like my personal stuff while working, and then I would like there would be like a flash of something on like my right. And I thought it was like something wrong with like my monitor for my work stuff. Mm-hmm. But then I started noticing it started happening like when I'm not sitting here. I'm like, oh shit, like there's something wrong with like my fucking eye. So I think like there's something like fucked up with like my eye. It's not painful now, but I definitely see like there's like a white flash like randomly. So I need to go see a doctor and be like, hey, what the fuck's going on? Hopefully it could just fucking heal. Because I can still see it's just fucking weird.
So you may have to do like these weird exercises that I know someone that had some issues with their eye, and they do like these weird like exercises. You have to close one eye, and you have to do like you have to look in different directions and shit, and like you have to do it like it's like exercising your eyeball pretty much.
Yeah, I might, but hopefully it's just like I don't have. I didn't even just like fucking look in like my fucking socket and see if there's like a tear. Because definitely was a scratch because I could feel it. Now I can't feel a scratch. But I get that weird fucking like white flash every now and again. And it's like it's very weird because it's like all of a sudden like something that's over here is like just gone. But then it comes back like right away. So,
yeah, dude. Yeah, make that appointment, man.
Yeah.
Dude, shit.
So yeah, that's jiu-jitsu. But also I've been doing jiu-jitsu a lot over the past like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably more than I should. But I don't give a fuck.
Keep going.
And I've been getting like way better, which is kind of amazing because I'm decent. So
well, what's great is, I mean, you found something that obviously is physical, but mental and gives you, sense of joy, really. You know what I mean? It's your happy place. I'm assuming.
It is. Yeah, I really do enjoy doing jiu-jitsu, but I think it's getting to a point to where I need to. I think I like wrote it down one day, like how much I was like working out last week, and it was excessive. So it was excessive. So I need to like figure out something else to do. Even though I do enjoy doing it, but it's excessive, and sometimes like it takes a toll on the body. Like I'm not young. I turned 45 in like less than 2 months. So I remember like the last Saturday. This is like basically like I want to say like the 8th or 9th like jiu-jitsu session that I did like that week, and like the last roll that I did, like my back was hurting, and I was like, like I hope this isn't permanent. So
well,
I'm okay though.
You need to see a doctor before it becomes permanent.
No. Yeah, I'm seeing. I got a regular doctor now. Like I'm doing all the things, man. I'm doing all the things. I got
yeah.
I got a good therapist. I got a good doctor. Like I'm a whole ass adult.
I'm working on some of those things myself, so I totally get it. So it's just weird because like there's this shit called life in between that kind of shit. You know what the fuck? Yeah, I get it. We didn't talk about why Blue's in here. Blue's in here for some shit.
Yeah,
he's not on the run anymore. The chick with the chair, I think she might have got arrested or something.
She caught up to his ass, huh?
No, I think she might have got him, so he might be out, but we'll see. But we talked about, I don't know if any of y'all saw this. There's a new fucking Batman series coming out, and I know he fucking pissed his pants. He might not be here because he's still stroking. I'm not quite sure, but
this live action. I hear about this.
No, it's an animated series on Prime called Batman Caped Crusader. The trailer dropped today. Was it there yesterday?
I think it was today.
And I think it was today. It looks like it's set in like the 20s, kind of. And like it's like when Batman first got on the scene. There's like the animation is similar to the Batman the animated series. It's by Bruce Timm, who is one of the creators of Batman the animated series. But it's like set like it looks like it's set when Batman first came on the actual comic scene. And like there's different. Yeah, so it looks like it's from that era because you see the cars and shit. You know, when you saw an animated series, the cars didn't look like they fit, but then sometimes they did fit. It was kind of weird. So it looks like this is legit set. There's look like a little bit of not reimagining, just different like renditions of our favorite ones. Like you see Harley Quinn, obviously, and like a like her suit, but it's a different color.
Okay.
And you see like a very crazy looking version of the Penguin Cobblepot. There's a pretty gross looking version of Two-Face. Like his face is kind of melted and shit. It's kind of crazy. Also, the police are trying to bring him into custody because he's a legit vigilante. They talk about how he's a vigilante, and they say he assaulted cops. He's just trying to run from them, but he ends up hitting their cars and shit. So they consider him a menace. So
he's a menace.
Yeah, exactly, Jay Jonah. But I'm glad to. I haven't watched the trailer, but I'm glad to hear that they're doing some new Batman animated. It's been a minute since they've had a animated Batman series, and I would have never thought it would have been that long of a gap.
I don't think it's. I think there's just stuff that you're missing because there was the Batman, then there's the Batman, the Brave and the Bold.
Batman was like 15 fucking years ago, dude.
Well, there's also the Batman, Brave and the Bold. It might still be airing. I don't know.
That was years ago too, man. That was hella long ago.
The Brave and the Bold, but that lasted for a while. I might have started years ago, but it lasted for. It might still be on. To be honest,
I don't think so, Ninja. I feel like you're an old ninja, and you don't know how time works.
I mean, I am. I mean. Maybe that's why I survived so long.
I'm going to say that
that's your pitch for working.
I'm going to say it's been gone for at least 8 years. So I'm pressing in. So it was in 2008. So it is 100% not around still because it only had 3 seasons.
Yeah.
So
it's been a hot fucking.
Yeah, it stopped in 2011.
Yeah,
sir.
We're 2024. So it's been a long ass fucking time. I'm glad to see this, and here's the thing. I mean, people obviously, DC's had some rocky fucking shit with movies. I'm not making any bones about that shit, but their animated shit has always been on fucking point. Everybody's always loved it from series to fucking movies and shit. They never should have stopped doing Batman fucking series. Like, you know what I mean? Even Superman has a series right now, animated.
Yeah, he does on Cartoon Network, right?
I think started.
But you were
I think
breaking
this
up.
week or
Say
next
that
week.
again.
Starts like really soon. The new season of my Adventures with Batman.
Yeah.
Or yeah, that
Superman.
starts this week or next week.
My Adventures
Or
with
yeah, my Adventures with Batman. Yeah, my Adventures with Superman season 2. So
Yeah.
it has like an event. I think it's like a huge season opener. It's supposed to drop on. Is it on Cartoon Network? I know I watch on HBO Max. I don't know where it actually airs, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
it's coming back real soon. And also, we're still getting the 4th and final season of Superman and Lois. So
Okay. And I mean, hey, look, even though it's not technically a Batman series, it's definitely not a Batman series. Harley Quinn takes place in Gotham, and that's been fucking outstanding. And I've loved that ever since it really started. So that shit has been great.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That shit goes hard. That shit made me appreciate Kite Man in a weird way.
Oh, because he got to smash. That's all.
He sure did, man.
Kite Man was just weird because he I don't know. So what I like with what they did with Catwoman in the series, like she's there but not really there, and she let 2 criminals use her apartment.
There you go.
She's fucked off. It's very weird to me, but it's actually really funny because they fuck her apartment up. Because they're just like, oh, don't touch anything, don't break anything. They end up breaking like half her shit.
But my favorite thing with that Harley show is it's way more adult than any DC animated
Of course,
thing
dude.
you've ever seen.
Harley Quinn flashes the fucking camera. Are you kidding me? She really exposes her tits.
It's wild. I just love
it. It is wild.
All right.
Oh, speaking of which, really quickly, you guys want to know a fun fact? Fun fact about the Batman series. So you guys are seeing Batman the animated series, probably Superman the animated series, obviously Justice League and Justice League Unlimited series, and there's a Lex Luthor, right? Lex Luthor's in the series. Everyone thought Lex Luthor's black, pretty much.
Yeah,
but he's voiced by a white person though.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
But do you know who this person is though?
No, who?
It is shit, I fucking lost his name. Fuck. He's in a bunch of fucking shit now.
That was a terrible setup, by the way, Ninja. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
you fucked up this whole fucking thing. You set us up and you just let us down.
I just set it up. I fucked it up. I just dropped the fucking ball right now. My bad. Clancy Brown. There we go. Clancy Brown's the voice of Lex Luthor in all those series.
Oh, sure.
And it's very weird. And it makes sense why people think that he's black because Clancy Brown's a very large person.
Are you saying we're all fat, bro? What the fuck, man?
No, he's like 6 foot. He's like he's probably 6'5" or bigger.
What is it? That has nothing to do with being black. I'm just saying.
But he has a very deep voice. Well, apparently it does if you ask certain social circles. But anyway.
Sir.
All right, good shit.
But yeah, Clancy Brown, it was the voice of Lex Luthor in all those series. And everyone thought it was a black person, but it's not.
Hey.
However, in Harley Quinn, he's voiced by Giancarlo Esposito.
Esposito? Okay. Yeah, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited were so great. I was gonna say let's wrap it for today.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Old Ninja, what you got for this week? God damn it.
I got some shit. I gotta take care of some adult business. I have a court date tomorrow morning actually. So I gotta fucking deal with some bullshit. I'm in A Quiet Place, the prequel thing, day one. A Quiet Place Day 1. Probably gonna see that sometime this weekend. Nice. Playing more Destiny. I behind the scenes, some of you don't know, this episode was almost titled Destiny. But I've been playing some of it and documenting my playthroughs. I'm gonna try to stream a little bit more this weekend. I've been pretty wiped out, so I've been going to the amusement park that's here in the Bay. Actually, we got 2, but I go to the one in Santa Clara by the Levi Stadium. I went to Great America yesterday. Got a season pass because the family says they want to keep going. So I'm like, I guess.
They still
I bought one. Yeah. So if you all didn't know, this is super fucking local. But Great America got bought out and saved by a company that's going to merge with Six Flags. So they're going to keep the park and probably rename the park in like 6 years. So we'll see.
Last time I went, it was sad because I went to the Top Gun ride and there was none of the pomp and circumstance when you got up to the ride. It was just like the ride.
Yeah, it's just a ride, and we did that shit. The ride's still fucking awesome. There's no fucking line. It was hot as fuck outside too, but I'm still a little bit recovering because I'm out in the fucking sun all fucking day.
Bro, the sun loves you. What are you talking about?
No, dude, the sun don't. I was fucking baking, fucking crazy, and it's very. Oh, the one thing I guess that's notable is that at California's Great America, it has a Mass Effect 4D experience. Apparently, it's a very huge thing, especially with Mass Effect fans. I've seen it already. I was gonna go see it the other day, but it's fucking packed. Every showing we try to go to is fucking like packed. You don't have to pay to get in, but like you get in and you experience it. It's fucking crazy.
If they ain't letting me fuck Miranda in 4K, then it ain't no fucking experience. Fuck all that.
That's what VR's for, fool. You can't be in there fucking Miranda with like 80 other people in attendance. That's not how it works.
Challenge accepted, goddamn.
Hey, it's gotta be. It's gotta be. What'd you say? 4D. It's gotta be 4D.
Yeah.
And a P, and an A, and an M. I'm just saying. You got some letters up in there. You know, all those things. Give me them orifices.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm just gonna be kind of chilling a little bit. I actually might go back to Great America next week. We're still kind of in the process of planning it. We'll see.
Oh,
but
Jesus
definitely,
Christ. I just realized that my daughter's still probably in the podcast. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Good shit. Kronos, what you got?
Well, I'm going to embrace being single, and I'm not going to go full man horse status, but I'm going to look for a new person. So that's what's going on with me. I guess now, kind of fucking weird. So, but I'm going to get out there and figure out how the fuck dating works in 2024. So, sort of looking forward to it. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, just be open. There may be someone in their 30s that you jive with. That's all.
I'll see. I guess. I'll report back.
I'm gonna say this. I think you should maybe take like a year off, just to kind of adjust and get used to a new normal.
I can 100% not going to take a year off.
Yeah, I would. And Domino says the same. I agree with Domino. Stay single. Fuck it.
No.
so
I will. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to wait a fucking because I don't want to get into like the whole like lead up to like me being single. But it's like it's been a long time. I'll just leave it at that. So I'm definitely not going to wait another year to like find a person because it could be somebody awesome that's out there. This is what I'm looking for. Is somebody that's awesome out there that is looking for a person to grow with, to learn with, to do cool shit with. And I would like to find that person. I want them to find me. So, because that's one of the things of like when you're in a relationship that's kind of like on the shitty side, there could be somebody else out there that's looking for you and you're stuck in this shitty relationship.
There you go.
And because of that, like you might be missing this person and you don't even fucking know. So, that's the way it's been for me for a while. So I don't need to, but I want to find somebody that gives me what I want and I can give them what they want, you know? So I don't know why fuck around. So, I would like to find this person. So
yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do.
Hold on. Domino saying a dating pool has nuclear waste in it. Yes, I totally agree. I have the fucking bullshit like Facebook dating app on my fucking shit, and it's ma'am, I feel you. Like I'm seeing all these things. I'm just like I don't even like. I need to probably like disable the app because I turned it on once. Then I disabled it. Then I turned it back on, and like, I understand this slim pickings, but I need to turn the app off probably because I think that it's like it's not healthy.
Oh, it's definitely listening to you. So
No, it's not. It's not listening to me. Like it's definitely not.
Hey, farmers only exists. I'm just saying.
Oh, man.
I would like some chickens and some eggs.
Your side is farm animals only. Don't be doing that.
Jesus Christ, sir! Bestiality. These are accusations here.
I've seen his history, so I know what it'd be like. Look, if you see the videos he be sending me, sorry, telling.
Look, these horses and goats ain't gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna.
Oh God!
All right, take us out on Ninja. I mean, unless I'm sorry.
You didn't say what you didn't pop up what you doing this weekend. What you got going?
God damn it!
Yeah. With besides,
I'm watching Interspecies Reviewers.
God damn.
Doing a little Shadow of the Erd. Finishing off the Doom Eternal DLC, and then I need to catch up on some of these shows. Definitely The Boys, at least. And I do want to finish off. I'm on the last 2 episodes finally of 3 Body Problem, and I fucking love it. So
holy shit!
That fucking scene with the goddamn. We gotta talk about it in another podcast, but that fucking boat scene, I was like, bro.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
I love that.
What the fuck was that about? That was wild.
That shit is good. But other than that, man, just enjoying I guess it's the week before 4th of July weekend. So
4th of July is next week, next Thursday.
Yep. So there we go. Take us out on that.
Already fireworks already. Anyway, shit. We forgot. We didn't talk about them thrones, but oh well.
Oh, that's that's a lot.
Yeah, we didn't talk about them thrones, but we'll catch up
time.
next week. We'll be on the 3rd episode by then, which is fine. Totally fine. Prodigy, you need to watch you some boys before next week. At least 2 episodes. At least something. Do something. Anyway, you just experienced Black on Black Times Infinity, the dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with BTI. That's BTHANBTI. Anywhere you consume your podcast, just know that every Wednesday night, 8:30-ish Pacific time, we go live on YouTube and now on Twitch as well. So we simulcast. And you can go on and if you're listening to us via audio, you can watch us there, see what we look like, and comment, be a part of the conversation. You can email us, bnbti@gmail.com, and check out our official website, binhalfproduction.com/bnbti. Oh, we have a Discord too. You can email with the details.
Not if you're a Dr. Disrespect fan, though. Y'all can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Damn, this fucking check got lit like at the very end of the podcast. It's kind of
they're going off, but it's great. It's great. Be a part of the conversation.
Shout out to Domino. I'm gonna do some gaming with her tomorrow.
All right, later.
There you go.